to Celluloid Psychosis. I am your host, TJ Bowser, and joining me as always is the very handsome, very British Mr. Paul Ashford. What's up, buddy?
Good evening. It's all good here, man. It's all good here. How about yourself? You good?
Pretty good. It's been a long week. Was sick yesterday, didn't get to go to work, but man, I am here to talk about so much news. 5 pages of news, actually. But before we get into that, let's talk about our week. Paul, set it off.
Oh man, you always ask me. I have boring weeks. I haven't done too much this week, to be fair. I've done a lot of movie watching. Watched Species 2 last night. First time I've watched that film in a long time. Kind of forgot how bad the creature looked at the end. The male one. What did I watch? Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Watched that with my girlfriend. First time she'd seen it. We loved it. Several other 80s films. We've watched more canon stuff as well. It's just been it's been, other than work, I've just been watching movies. Haven't really done much at all. I had great pizza at our favourite restaurant. That was Friday night, man. But not too much going on. I've done a few pre-orders on Blu-rays. No doubt I'll talk about it when they turn up. But yeah, no, I'm all good. And you blow me out the water with all your amazing, exciting stuff.
It hasn't been very exciting. Like I said yesterday, I had some sort of stomach thing, and it wasn't the best. I spent most of the day laying on my couch, and then in the evening, I was able to catch up on some movies. I rewatched Suspect Zero. That's why the name of this episode is called "You Ever See a 50-Foot Shark?" That movie's still not good. As many times as I want it to be good, the concept's great, but it just doesn't pull it off. But I own the 4K disc, and I'm going to continue watching it because one day I'm going to watch it and be like, oh, this is great. At least that's the hopes. Anyway, doing some more commercial stuff today, voiceover stuff, video editing, shooting commercial stuff tomorrow, keeping busy as usual. Got a lot of Blu-ray stuff coming in. Just got a big order in, actually. Waiting for that Severin Full Court box set part 2. Super excited for that release. Probably the most anticipated release for 2024 for me. Don't know about anyone else, but I don't really care. But what I do care about is this week's news. So it's time for the Physical Media Roundup. Woo! First off, let's start from Mubi. Yes, the streaming service is releasing, and they're going to do this year's film, Substance 2024, featuring Demi Moore. Kind of rhymes, people. That is a body horror film, aerobics, butts, all that stuff. Paul, talk about it.
It's got rave reviews from horror fans. I'm seeing lots of positive buzz online about it. I haven't seen it myself yet. It's currently in the cinema right now here in the UK. It looks great. I do want to see it, and it's good to see so many horror fans talking about it online, on Facebook, on social media, etc. So no doubt I'll be catching that. Either on Blu-ray or before it comes out.
From Indicator, your side of the pond, The Escapees from 1981, 4K, UHD. I don't own a single Indicator disc. You see all this? None of it Indicator. None of it.
That's shocking. That's really
I know. They do have a really cool release of Body Double, though. That's region-free. Do not own it. I own that stupid Sony release, but I guess there's a 4K of it now, which I just totally need to go get. Just pull the trigger, fucking get it. But it's a steelbook. Like, who does that? Who does that? People who want bowed shelves. That's who does that. Speaking of steelbooks, coming from Crunchyroll, the Japanese anime streaming service, they are doing Attack on Titan seasons 1 through 3 on steelbook, individually and a collected edition. Never watched the series. I know it's big. People talk about it. People love it. People post the memes. Never really got into it. Paul, have you ever watched Attack on Titan?
Absolutely not. I know of it, and that's about it. I know it's very popular.
Say past Sailor Moon, we really don't know our animes, huh?
No, I've never seen Sailor Moon. I was more of the manga era when we had it.
Okay.
Urotsu Kijidoji and all that sort of stuff. That was my introduction to anime back in the day. No, I haven't. I know of it. I've never seen it. Attack on Titan.
Paul?
Kino Lorber releasing the 80s classic Hot Pursuit. Have you seen that one?
No.
I haven't either. I know the cover.
Yeah.
You can see the cover of the girl with the glasses. Is it glasses or binoculars?
Yes. We've seen the cover, never seen the movie.
Yeah, exactly that. Coming to 4K UHD. Happy Gilmore, the Adam Sandler classic.
Clearly, you'll see later on, and that Paul will talk about it. There is some sort of Happy Madison thing going on with Kino,
Hmm.
which I hope continues.
Yeah. We have Bug from 2006 coming to 4K UHD.
We talked about that in weeks prior, but now we have a date.
Yeah, we've got it now, November 26th.
Yes.
On the Road with Hope and Crosby, 1940 to 1962.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what that is, but
Those are older films. If you're into that sort of stuff, you know what that is.
Mm-hmm. The Visit from 2015 is getting a 4K UHD release.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yes, of course. And the cover of that looks cool. It's like not scarf, like a jumper and like a knitted cover.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
yes.
cool. Yeah. Billy Madison again. Happy Madison.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. That's where they get the name from. Happy Madison.
Terrific.
Adam Sandler. Was that his first film? As his first breakout film, I'd say, wasn't it?
Yeah, those two are Happy Gilmore,
Yeah.
Billy Madison.
1995 getting a 4K UHD release, and 1996's, which I'm presuming is the Sylvester Stallone movie, Daylight.
Yes.
Am I right? Yeah. Also getting a 4K UHD. And I talked about it before. I love seeing these 90s films in 4K.
Yeah.
Those colours really pop from that sort of era.
Agreed.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Sony?
Yeah.
Got Legends of the Fall coming to 4K UHD. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And what I'm not familiar with, The Talk of the Town. 4K UHD
Yep.
as well.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
But do you know what is the talk of the town? The next thing on our list, which is just some controversial thing to begin with, only because for weeks, you know what? No, months, no, years, we've been hearing that Rumpelstiltskin's coming out of Vinegar Syndrome. And it comes to be that TerrorVision, who used to be a Vinegar Syndrome sublabel, is actually releasing it on a 3-disc collector's 4K edition set. Paul pre-ordered it, right? You ordered the what version?
Rumpelstiltskin?
Yeah.
No, I backed out because of the shipping.
Okay. So if you're in the UK, you're
UK.
getting raped on import fees and shipping.
Absolutely, yeah.
But there is just an absolute crazy release of Rumpelstiltskin. If you're into that movie, love that movie, TerrorVision has it up on their site. I believe the site is password protected. You have to use password Rumpelstiltskin to get in. So it's that simple.
It's cool. I like the way they've done it. It's very cool.
Yeah.
I still want it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, shipping to the UK is crazy.
One of those movies that it's not necessarily great, but it's like so bad it's good, and then it has that cheesy thing that goes on it.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think it's come out since VHS. I mean, it's funny enough. It's one of those films. When I used to run a Blockbuster video years ago in the UK.
I definitely seen it on Sci-Fi Channel.
And when I took it over, obviously I was able to buy all the old ex-rental VHS films. So I made a really good horror section. But this is one of the ones that no one ever rented. So I bought it real cheap myself. So it's kind of got a special place in my heart, that film. But yeah, it looks like there's 2 releases, isn't there? There's a super duper mega release, which is got all the good stuff, loads of extras, and there's also like a not a standard edition.
They're going all out. They call it the collector's edition. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still really tempted to pick it up. I don't know. I might wait and see if I can't wait for eBay.
I mean, I dropped that money on The Wicker Man, but that was a 3-disc set. Box set type thing, but I mean, if the movie's justified,
it's just the shipping, because it's shipping. It's just like so much. If it was a UK release, I would go for it, no doubt. But shall I keep going?
Yep.
Decal are releasing Immaculate from 2024 on 4K UHD.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. I don't know. Imprint Films. They're doing seasons 1 and 2 of Bewitched. Talking of the 64 to 66 series. That is labeled as Imprint Television number 15. Ah,
yes. They got some pretty long-running box sets down there. I'm always hesitant to buy in the middle of those sets instead of. I kind of want to start at the beginning.
Yeah. The one you've been excited. I know you've pre-ordered this one, but coming from CBS and Paramount, the I Love Lucy, the complete series.
Yes.
1951 to 1957.
If you love that show, you have to get it. It's the quintessential version.
I've never ever watched an episode.
Fun fact: no I Love Lucy, no Star Trek. Lucille Ball helped fund and push Star Trek to Paramount.
Well, my introduction to I Love Lucy was when it was in. I forgot the name of the film. What's the film? A bit like the Cannibal Run, but it's got Mr. Bean in it.
Rat
Rat
Race.
Race. Rat Race. Yeah.
Ah!
That's when obviously there's the coach full of Lucy impersonators.
Yes.
That was literally my introduction to I Love Lucy. I knew of
Oh.
her. I knew of it, and that was oh, okay. This is kind of what it's about a bit. So yeah. Warner are releasing Tag on 4K UHD, 2018's Tag.
Ed Helms.
Vacation
Ed Helms
from
again.
2015. You didn't like it?
No, I like it. I like it.
Oh yeah, I loved the remake. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good modern retelling of the original National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah, it's
Got slated, though, didn't it? Got really bad reviews. But yeah, The Intern from 2015, which I still haven't watched to this day.
Robert De Niro?
Uh,
Fuck if I know. I don't know.
yeah, 2015.
I'm gonna look it up. You keep going.
Yeah, and The Hitcher, 1984's The Hitcher, coming to 4K UHD. So that I'm guessing that is different to the one that's just come out here in the UK.
Yeah, it's Robert De Niro.
Because we've just had
so I want to assume maybe it's the same scan.
Right.
But that's definitely the US release because the second site release just came out of The Hitcher.
That's right.
And I've read some good 4K reviews of
I say that is also buzzing online at the moment. But a lot of people have had damaged, especially in the UK,
the boxes,
damaged packaging. Yeah,
hey,
it's a chunky box, and I think the boxes they're using to package it.
Honestly, I'm just kind of more interested in that new restoration and how it looks on the 4K UHD format. And yeah, I'm very keen on that.
Do you want to take over with the next one?
Yeah. So from HMV, The Sixth Sense, 1999, and Signs from 2002, both M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movies, and the artwork for those are fantastic. Also coming from Universal, The Wild Robot from 2024 in 4K UHD, and the movie Last Christmas from 2019 in 4K UHD. Moving on to things down under, Umbrella Entertainment's brings us Severance, Creep, Lars and the Real Girl, Metal Skin, and Hounds of Love.
Two UK classics there.
Yes.
Severance and Creep.
Staying Down Under. Oh,
yeah.
Staying Down Under. Is it? No, Eureka's Britain, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
go.
They released the amazing edition of China O'Brien.
Yes, they did.
The one that outdid the Vinegar Syndrome release.
No, nothing outdid the Vinegar Syndrome. Do I have China O'Brien? I do, don't I? Now you're making me second guess it. Damn it, Paul. I'm turning my head to look if I have China O'Brien.
I'm sure they announced it on the same day, Eureka and Vinegar Syndrome.
It's a Cynthia Rothrock movie. I fucking have it. For you video people, I'm turned around in my chair yelling backwards. Anyway, Horrible History, 4 historical epics of Chang-Chi, 1972 to 1976, featuring Marco Polo, the Pirate, Boxer Rebellion, and 4 Riders. And The Secret of the Nymph from 1984, animated classic.
Yeah.
Damn!
I haven't watched that in a long time. I saw that as a kid, and I thought it was really cool.
So I'm going to plow through these Scream Factory ones, then I'll let you pick up Arrow, okay, Paul?
Yep.
So from Scream Factory / Shout Factory, The Gift from 2000, Collector's Edition 4K UHD, Rock and Roll High School, 1979 4K UHD, Nosferatu the Vampire featuring Klaus Kinski, directed by Werner Herzog, 1979 4K UHD. Oh, I love that movie so much. Silent Night, Deadly Night, 1984 Collector's Edition 4K UHD. Naughty. Yeah, all that stuff. Far and Away, 1992 4K UHD. The Holdovers, 2023 4K UHD. That's definitely going to be one that we're going to watch. Ted, 2012 4K UHD. That movie's awesome. Wallace and Gromit, the complete Kraken collection, 4K UHD Collector's Edition. That was a mouthful and a half, but that will be the most complete edition of all the Wallace and Gromit stuff. So if you have a kid that loves that stuff like mine, totally go out and get it. It's going to be a must-have for you Wallace and Gromit people out there. And then another one just came out of left field. Now, this is a DVD release. We normally don't talk about DVDs because this is the home of Blu-rays and 4Ks, baby. Yeah! But this show was one of the greatest shows of its time. Definitely couldn't be made today because it's definitely not politically correct. But it's The Whitest Kids You Know, the complete series. And it's just a black background with a white lettering. It's perfect. It looks like kind of like a fucking Bible. And it's hilarious. If you've never watched that show, go out and watch it. I believe it's on Tubi right now. Far and Away Collector's Edition 4K Ultra HD, and finishing it off, Frankie Freako, the movie that's now in theaters, one that Paul wants to see, one that I want to see, one that my daughter wants to see, and I'm sure we'll all want to see, is coming to Scream Factory, Shout Factory. Paul?
Yes. And we move on to Arrow Video, the great Arrow Video. Demolition Man is getting a 4K UHD release.
Taco Bell, baby.
Yeah. The Addiction coming to 4K UHD.
Okay.
The Great Escape, what a classic. Limited edition 4K UHD. The Good, the Bad, and the Weird.
The fuck is that?
Limited edition. I think that's a collection. I'm guessing. My personal choice, very excited for this next one. Critters, a 4-course feast, coming to limited edition Blu-ray, not quite 4K, but Blu-ray. And you're probably thinking, yeah, that's been out for years and by Screen Factory, but us poor people in the UK never had a release of Critters on Blu-ray. So we're finally getting all 4. We're getting all the extras you guys got in America. We've got brand new artwork and brand new commentaries on all 4 movies as well, and a nice book that goes inside the case. I've already pre-ordered that. I couldn't say no to that one. Super excited for that. You know, I'm a big Little Rubber Monsters, Critters.
My Scream Factory release is right there.
Yeah, I've still got my Scream Factory release. I might have to sell it to make way, but I'll probably just keep it. I know a couple of big announcements as well on 4K UHD.
No comment. No prior knowledge.
I believe this is US only, I'm guessing, but some film. I haven't heard of this one. Jason Goes to Hell?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
Never heard of that.
No. Uncut as well, apparently.
Yeah, uncut. Don't know what the difference is.
So, yeah,
No
Jason
comment.
Goes to Hell. We are getting 4K UHD. And also Jason X.
And it's not official, but I heard Freddy versus Jason's going to be in there too.
I hope so. Yeah. So the only reason they haven't been officially announced yet, have they? But it was inside the Trick or Treat Arrow release.
Yes, and then
some people are getting early.
Brother from another mother, Adam, confirmed that him and Bill Dill just finished the 4K run through of Jason Goes to Hell. So
nice.
Yeah. Pretty cool shit.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to see some more Friday the 13th stuff getting 4K.
Definitely a one to pick up.
Yeah, I'll be getting both of those for sure. Even if they're US only, I will definitely import those.
Hi, Joe. Do
you want me to carry on?
Yeah, carry on.
Lionsgate are releasing Megalopolis. Oh god, have I said that right? Megalopolis.
Yeah, say that 5 times.
That is, I think, currently in the cinemas as well.
It is, and it's getting shit on so bad.
But hey ho, Lionsgate are releasing it. Second Sight are releasing Creep.
Ooh, Creep.
Limited edition Blu-ray. So there's 2 movies by the name of Creep, and we've already mentioned one.
I think they're both the same movie.
Is it both the same movie?
Yes, sir.
This is the movie that I know. I never actually saw.
This is for Region B, and the one we mentioned before is for the Australian, which is Region...
Also Region B. The best B means best.
Yeah, that's not how that works. Then
No,
A means alpha?
That's really interesting then that there's 2 versions of Creep.
I think it's because one's from the UK, one's from Australia.
Yeah. So that makes sense. But this movie Creep, I think, has always been underrated. It's always gone under the by because the other movie Creep is obviously everyone knows that one.
Yeah.
So this one it's always confusing. You get 2.
Man, this next one's all you.
Full Moon. We don't really talk about their releases.
We don't, and this is interesting because the first one is a brand new remaster.
Yeah.
Who the fuck asked for that?
Exactly. So finally coming to Blu-ray for the first time with a new remaster, obviously, is The Gingerbread Man.
Yeah, Gary Busey.
By Gary Busey. And not only The Gingerbread Man, we're also getting Gingerbread Man 2, The Passion of the Crust.
Yes.
We're also getting Gingerbread Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver. and Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong.
Ooh.
And
The
do you know what?
spinoff?
They're even thrown in there the Ginger Weed Man. These are
Yes.
all Blu-ray, first time on Blu-ray, first time exclusive in HD. And even better, they are throwing this all in a giant cookie tin,
Yes.
calling it the Ginger Dead Man movie collection. I've seen pictures of the tin. It literally looks like a round giant cookie. Looks really cool. And there's also going to be a blood splattered Ginger Man Tiny Terror inside the tin, which is exclusive to that tin only, apparently. I haven't actually picked up any of these Tiny Terrors. I think to get them in the UK, they're super expensive because of import and nowhere sells them officially in the UK. But that does look cool. I know Full Moon's remasters have been questionable in the past, but
Yeah.
as this is brand new, who knows? It could be good.
Mm-hmm.
It could be good. Do you want to move on to Studio Canal? So I know we're heading into your favorite label.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Studio Canal. We have Red Sun on the Cult Classics label from 1971.
Excellent.
Orca, the Killer Whale, coming to 4K UHD. Then we've got Hitchcock, The Beginning. So that's a whole load of stuff coming.
This is
again.
great. This is a big deal.
Yeah, The Ring, 1927. The Farmer's Wife, 28. Champagne from 1928. The Manx Man from 1929. I haven't heard of that one. Blackmail from 1929. Juno and the Paycock from 1930. Murder! Exclamation mark. 1930.
Murder.
The Skin Game from
Ooh.
1931. Rich and Strange from 1931. Number 17 from 1932. And also Becoming Hitchcock, The Legacy of Blackmail. I'm guessing that is a 2020
Brand new documentary to accompany
documentary.
all of this.
Yeah, so I don't think I've seen any of those films. Have you?
I
That's
think it's
obviously...
one of those things where his films before we went into the Code era, and he kind of went all American per se.
Yeah.
These movies have just been like just floating, right? And it's nice to see them like a collection of these. I hope it comes stateside because some of the stuff is great. And I hope, like it says, this is the beginning. And I hope there's a part 2, which has the lodger and stuff like that in it. Because I want to see his earlier stuff because that's where the good stuff is. I want to see what led to Psycho and the Birds. I just don't want to see Psycho and the Birds. And I just don't want to see North by Northwest and all that stuff. It's just, I'd like to see his early stuff because there's a big filmography there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So I'm taking over because it's Vinegar Syndrome time once again, my friends. And we'll start things off with Roman Polanski's The Tenant from 1976. I got that bad boy coming because why the fuck not? Did you see that packaging? It's a little window. It's nice. Corpse Mania from 1981. It's a Chinese movie. I didn't get that one. The Ghost Dance from 1982. That is a slasher movie that's been lost to time, stuck on VHS. And I got that one. Looked great. And we were graced with Forgotten Jolly Volume 7. I have 1 through 6 already behind me. And that will feature Mystere from 1983, Obsession of Taste for Fear in 1987, and Sweets from a Stranger from 1987. Those all look like awesome Jello. I don't think that they're going to beat some of the other sets, but fingers crossed. Some of these things are come out of left field and take me by surprise. Also coming from Vinegar Syndrome Archive, Mindbenders from 1987, and Dial D for Demons from 2000. Exciting stuff there. Coming from DeGauser Video, Cannibal, the musical. That's coming next month, not pre-orderable now. From Cinemagraph, Shanks from 1974. I did pre-order this. Looks great. Canadian International Pictures, Abducted from 1986. Shudder, one of the new sub-labels, is releasing Attachment from 2022 and the Found Footage Phenomena from 2021. I believe I got that one.
Is that Shudder as in the streaming service?
Yes, they have pphysical media, and they're releasing some of their Shudder exclusives to Blu-ray through Vinegar Syndrome.
That's pretty cool.
AGFA, the American Genre Film Archive, released The Cult of AGFA trailer show from 2023. One of those fun things. If you're into trailers, go get it. Decalogue's releasing Dude Bro Party Massacre 3 from 2015. If you like low-budget slasher films, this is the one for you. Dark Star's releasing 2002's Fear.com. If you like that movie, It's definitely a good pickup. It is a premium pick. Why XYZ Films is doing Give Me an A from 2023. Nope, nothing. Got nothing. But ETR Media is releasing Power of Grayskull, the definitive history of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe of 2018. Now,
is that the animated too?
That is kind of like a documentary about all of it. All of it.
Movie as well,
Yeah.
even the canon movie.
So I'm excited because I love documentaries. I'm a sucker for documentaries. Like all of those, like that whole row right there is like all documentaries. So this is going to, I got this one. Going to be a great addition to the collection. Connie's doing Carnival from 1983 and Plastic Yamamoto, California from 2023. Bleeding Skulls doing In Memoriam from 2005. Factory 25 is doing Kid Thing from 2002. Magnolia Pictures is doing Murder Party from 2007. And Jason Yu's Sleep from 2023. VHS Shitfest is doing Night from 1996. And Saturn's Core is doing Gut Pile from 1998. Film Movement is giving us a trifecta of films featuring Coma from 2022, Zombie Child from 2019, and Candy Mountain from 1987. Continuing Film Movement, but the Classics Edition, Red Peony Gambler 1 through 3, and The Reflecting Skin from 1990, which I pre-ordered because I'm excited for that. It's like an Edward Hopper movie, but it's an Edward Hopper painting, but it's a movie. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Yep.
It's cool. IFC Films is doing The Snowtown Murders from 2011. That film's fucked up. If you could stomach it more than once, kudos to you. Yellow Veil.
That is not the puppet movie then.
No.
That's the Showtown Murders, isn't it? Showtown?
Yeah. Something like that. Yellow Veil Pictures is doing Mark Patton's Swallowed from 2022. Definitely go pick it up. Raven Banner. What the hell is this?
Oh, sorry. I've added that in at the end, thinking that's not a Vinegar Syndrome.
Tell us about it, Paul.
Raven Banner, a Canadian label. I've already tried to pre-order this, and I cannot because they will not ship to the UK.
Fuck you, Trudeau. Fuck you.
But they are doing a special edition Blu-ray release of Frankie Frico.
Oh my!
So you guys in America are getting the Shout Factory release. Canada's getting a Raven Banner release.
Where the fuck did you find this at?
I just
Your Google?
Saw it on Google. I told you I want this film. I want to see this film so bad.
Yeah.
I was googling Frankie Frico UK.
Well, I think once you found out that the director's a big fan of Ghoulies 3, you're like, I gotta watch this.
Oh yeah, so
I gotta watch this.
I know. I've got to mention that as well. I've just found out that the director is a huge fan of Ghoulies. He said this film is inspired by Ghoulies Go to College, and this film is actually getting a UK premiere screening at the end of October with director present, with stars of the movie present. They're doing a Q&A, but they also got to choose a film of their choice to screen, and believe it or not, they are screening Ghoulies Go to College on the big screen in the UK, and I cannot go because I'm already busy and it's 4 hours drive away for me, so I'm very gutted, but that is super cool.
You know, maybe hopefully sometime soon we can do something with Ghoulies Goes to College and people can enjoy it. I don't know.
It'd be nice, yeah.
It'd be nice.
It's an amazing film, isn't it? I'd love to talk about that one day.
One day.
But yeah, there you go. But yeah, this release looks cool. It's like a super duper special edition. And then I've thrown in there at the end as well, Refuse Films, a label I honestly never heard of, which is a UK label. They have a trio of trauma movies coming out.
A trio.
Including Cannibal the Musical, which is also coming from Vinegar Syndrome. They announced that, and then suddenly Vinegar Syndrome dropped their release too secretly. Well, no, they got the curtain.
I shall not be outdone.
Yeah, they got the carpet pulled from under their feet, I guess you could say on that. So I guess this is the UK version, and then Vinegar Syndrome's covering the US. 16mm film. It's been remastered for Blu-ray. First time ever on Blu-ray as well. So Refuse Films are saying it's the worldwide Blu-ray premiere, whereas Vinegar Syndrome is saying it's the US Blu-ray premiere. So I don't know if that means it's coming slightly earlier, but who knows? Who cares? We're both getting it. It's great. But they are also releasing Toxic Avenger and Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD. So 3 nice trauma movies coming to Blu-ray in the UK, which is cool.
Fucking A.
I thought we'd end up our physical media use with that.
30 minutes of physical media news to start the show. Holy shit. That's crazy. So switching gears to Now in Theaters. I hit all the notes there. So playing right now, is The Joker 2, Folie à we'll talk
Mm.
about that later. The
Hmm.
Wild Robot, which is getting great reviews, and I definitely would recommend that. Beetlejuice, or Beetlejuice 2. Transformers 1, which is being called the best Transformers movie since Transformers the movie. Uh, Speaking of Evil, the American remake of that other movie. Megalopolis, if you're in for some really weird dialogue, go give that a watch. Deadpool versus Wolverine, an overrated multiverse movie, give it a watch. Frankie Frico, my old ass. Whitebird, never heard of it. Monster Summer, Never Let Go, The Outrun, Blink, The Substance with Demi Moore. If you like
Hmm.
heinies and body horror, check it out. Am I Racist? The documentary about DEI. Reagan from Steve McNair, director of Casper's Fear to the Beginning. Scary Girl and A Different Man, all playing in theaters right now.
That is a lot of movies.
It is a lot of movies. It is a
Hmm.
great time for cinema. It is a great time to go see different types of movies.
Yep. Yep.
It's
Yep.
cool. And we got a lot of news. So let's kind of sift through this
Yeah.
crazy thing. But we'll start things off with one of my daughter's favorite franchises, and that is Five Nights at Freddy's. So
I
that
thought you were going to say
means
Terrifier. I was
no, she doesn't. Not a fan of those. No, no, no. Matthew Lillard is returning as Cawthorn
Yep.
in Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
I
So
really enjoyed the first one.
yeah,
I
it's a
really
cool
enjoyed the
PG
first one.
13 movie.
Hmm.
It's cool to see that Blumhouse is definitely putting everything they have into this. It was cool to see that the first movie did as well as it did, especially
Yeah.
only being a PG 13 film, because normally that kind of hinders a film. But the kids showed up, and the box office gave Blumhouse a big check. And I like to see this
So,
franchise go on because, according to my kid, we go into time travel and shit gets weird.
yeah.
And I want to see that.
So, does she like the Nick Cage movie? Uh,
Willy's Wonderland.
yes.
Yes. Fun fact, I hung out with the director of Willy's Wonderland on his
Oh,
movie
really?
Pig Hill. Yes.
Nice.
I was on
Because
set of
obviously
his film Pig
that
Hill, and
that
he's a
came out
nice
first,
guy.
didn't it? Yeah. That movie got released first, which is obviously
Yes.
pretty much Five Nights at Freddy's without
And
the
then they
movie.
also did Banana Splits.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
very
That was interesting.
strange.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a weird way to reboot a series. Anyway. So Damien Leone's Terrifier 3 UK premiere. So it's getting played in the UK.
Yeah. It's out here in the. I think, funny enough, it's actually being shown tonight in the UK.
Okay.
There's a thing they do called Scream Unseen, where they show a secret horror film, but generally it gets revealed before hours before the film's released, hours before the movie's shown, and everyone found out tonight that it was actually going to be Terrifier 3. So, but it's had its premiere, it has its London premiere in the UK, and there's so much buzz or word of mouth online about this one. There's been people walking out of the cinema because it's too extreme. People apparently fainting. It's happened in the UK. I think it was Australia as well. I think it's happened in, and it's been slapped in with a rating in France, which means only those over 18 can see it. But I mean, I don't know why that's news, because that's what we get in the UK anyway. I know it's a bit different in the US. I think if it's a R-rated film, you can still take in someone under 18 with you. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I can't help but feel it's all it's the team behind the movie ramping up the media release on.
Yeah, it's a good marketing team.
Yeah, very good marketing team, and they're doing all they're all at conventions currently as well. Even there's a convention in the UK next weekend, and there's some people from the movie there. So, what are your thoughts on the Terrifier franchise?
Okay. I love the people who make it. I
Hmm.
have great respect for what they do. I'm not a big fan of how far they go. I believe that they take gore and take that aspect and put that focus over story.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the shock thing. I like more of the off-screen stuff. I can see why somebody would appreciate it, but it's not my personal favorite. That's about as
Mm.
nice as I can be.
Yeah. I didn't actually watch the second one. I mean, I watched. There was one before Terrifier, wasn't there, which had Art the Clown in,
All Hallows Eve.
or Hallows Eve. I thought that was pretty good. I enjoyed that one when it came out. Then
I'd like
Terrifier,
to see more of a reason to all of this violence.
yeah, Terrifier. I didn't actually watch until it was showing on satellite TV in the UK,
Mhm.
and I absolutely loved the gore. I didn't really like anything else about it. I don't
Yeah,
know. It was just like it was all out gore, and there was no story. The acting wasn't really there.
that's the big
I
problem.
love how it's been embraced, though. I mean,
Yes,
everyone dresses up as Art the Clown now. Little
the
girl.
new horror icon, and it's cool to
Yeah,
see.
it's cool, and it's like I guess for me, I'm kind of stuck with Freddy and Jason. Not
Yeah,
stuck with Freddy and Jason, but that's my era. So when I see someone come along that's trying to take that crown, I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's cool. It's cool, but I'll stick with my '80s slashers and characters and that. But yeah, it's certainly it's great to see horror doing so well. To be fair, even
agreed.
getting UK sim releases. But yeah, there you go.
So we got a trailer for Nosferatu. Looks fantastic. Looks great. Bill
Coming out
Skarsgård's gonna
Christmas
do
Day.
great.
Yeah. But interestingly, also, which I've seen nothing on until I read about it online, there is Nosferatu, a symphony of horror.
A symphony
Have
of horror.
you heard about that?
I've seen about it. I've seen the
Yeah,
articles.
it sounds bizarre. So it's classing it as a remix of the original, but it's got Doug Jones starring as the vampire in this one. Coming out October the 18th. I think it's exclusive to Apple TV. But I think from what I've read, have they green screened them into the original movie, or they've just like they use scenes from the original? I don't know. It sounded a bit confusing. There's really not much about it online, but it's kind of cool that we're getting two brand new Nosferatus in the same year with two decent actors doing the lead role. So Doug Jones for this one, and obviously your man for the Christmas release.
I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. Um, what else we got? There's a new trailer for Members Club.
British
Uh,
shit.
it looks like the Full Monty meets I don't know zombies versus strippers. It's like it looks like the Full Monty with zombies, or it's not even zombies, is it? It's a horror movie. It looks interesting. Currently slated for a UK release. I don't think it's even got a release anywhere else in the world yet. It's obviously a low budget UK movie, but I thought I'd throw it in there because it looked fun.
Very British, like
Yeah, very
my
British,
friend
like you
Paul
said.
here. Eats beans in the morning and does all that.
Yes, sir. Crazy House. There's a trailer out for Crazy House. Have you
Another
seen that?
British movie with Nick Frost.
Is it British or is it American? It's got Nick
I don't
Frost
know.
in it, but
Who's got Alicia Silverstone?
yeah, she's also in it. So I think it's an American release, but it looks good from the trailer. So
Yeah.
obviously it looks like a typical like 80s American sitcom-y happy family kind of thing. Nick Frost plays like a really religious Christian religious father, and then something happens and he goes on some sort of bloody rampage from what the trailer is saying. So it looks super cool. It looks very different. And obviously, I like anything. I love Nick Frost. Obviously, we talked about Shaun of the Dead recently had its anniversary as well. So yeah, that looks pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
A new trailer for Grafted, which is
Mhm.
another body horror film. So I know you're well into your body horror films. I'm sure we're both looking forward to that one.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Also coming to Peacock in the US on October 18th is Hysteria. I saw the trailer for that. It's a
What's that?
8-part series based on the Satanic Panic thing that
Oh.
happened in America in the 80s. It looks cool from the trailer. I like that whole theme of Satanic Panic.
Yeah.
There's been several films and documentaries around that, but this looks pretty good. Looked a little bit Stranger Things / heavy metal / that sort of thing. So we didn't get Peacock in the UK, so I don't know if that will get a UK release or not. But either way, I'll be looking out for it. Some sad news: Ken
Yes.
Page recently passed at the age of 70. Obviously, probably best well known to horror fans as the voice of Oogie Boogie in
Yes.
Nightmare Before Christmas, as well as the video game, and he did the live shows as well. I saw him a couple of times at the musical version they did. I saw it in Hollywood and London. That was super cool. Chris Christopherson also passed.
Whistler,
Whistler, yeah, Whistler in Blade and Blade
the
2.
original star in A Star Is Born.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, passed at 8 years of age. And so I pass on to you for these next bits of news because this is your bag.
So, Aaron Pierre has been cast as Jon Stewart in HBO Lanterns, which makes me very excited because he looks and the guy acts in the way that Jon Stewart should act. And if you
Mm-hmm.
guys know from my previous comments, Jon Stewart's my favorite Green Lantern, and to see him in a live action film would be great. Thank you to whoever did this,
Mm-hmm.
facilitated this. Great. Moving on. Joker 2, Folie à Deux. So, Contacts, Joker 1. Big film. Did great. People idolized Arthur Fleck for all the wrong reasons, as everyone does. It's like when people
Mm-hmm.
like Starship Troopers for all the wrong reasons, or RoboCop for all the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? Like on it,
Yeah.
yeah, for the fascism and all the stuff. Anyway, Joker 2, Todd Phillips. Joaquin Phoenix had a dream. He says, you know what? We should have this dream be the story that we tell. And Warner Brothers is like, you know what, Todd Phillips, you do what you want to do because we trust you because you made us all this money the first time you made a movie. Do it again. And we'll give you Lady Gaga. I'm like, fucking sure. And rumor has it they gave $12 million to Lady Gaga for this. $20 million of the budget was for the two main stars. Crazy shit. Unheard of money. Anyway, it's a musical. Puts off a lot of the initial fans. Done on purpose to piss off the fans because, like I said, people like the film for the wrong reasons. Not going to spoil the ending because that's not what we do here. We'll talk about that at another point in a future episode. But this film happened because you assholes unironically like the first one for the wrong reasons. And Todd Phillips was like, fuck you guys, I'm going to the beach for a while. And that's exactly what he did. His time with Warner Brothers was up. He didn't like the way that society reacted to the first film. And he said, fuck y'all, I'm going home. And that's what he did. He packed up his fucking chips. He packed up his fucking potato chips. And he went the fuck home. And guess what? We're done. We're fucking done. Let's move on. Rumor has it Christopher Nolan, when he was attached to the first movie before he exited his contract with Warner Brothers, wanted Arthur Fleck to cut his mouth the same way that Heath Ledger's Joker did.
Right.
But Warner Brothers said no because they wanted to have a sequel. You sons of bitches. Anyway, speaking of good DC things, The Penguin, the new TV show that's out right now on Max, fucking fantastic. I'm watching it with my daughter and my fiance right now. It is like a new generation of Sopranos. Colin Farrell as the Penguin is fantastic. The girl who plays Sophia is fucking scary. And I love everything about this series. It debuts every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Max. 100% would recommend this to anybody who's a fan of Batman in general, and especially Matt Reeves' 2022 film, The Batman. It literally picks up right where that film left off, and it gives you all the good stuff. It will fill in the gap between this and part two, as I hope. We don't see Batman in this. I haven't seen Batman so far. I don't think we're going to because we don't need to. This is about the Penguin. This isn't about the Batman. We already got a movie about that. But anyway, let's move on to the recommendation of the week. Paul, what's your recommendation?
Me, I am going for Electric Boogaloo, The Wild Untold Story of Canon, a documentary from 2014. For some reason, it passed me by. I remember when it came out, and I was like, oh, I want to see that. That's really cool. And I never watched it. It's currently streaming on Amazon Prime for free, if you're a member. I just happened to check it out because, like I've mentioned before, I'm on a bit of an 80s movie binge with my girlfriend. We're watching tons of 80s stuff. Obviously, Canon was prime in the 80s and the 90s. So I put this documentary on, and to be honest, it completely blew me away. I learned so much. It's got so many directors, producers, stars from the Canon movies talking about it, talking about the movies in there. It was just so entertaining. It was super cool. Quite a few of the films I haven't actually seen myself. They talked about. It
just means we're going to do a Canon themed episode in the future, Paul, where where each of us will pick our top 5 favorite Canon films, and then we'll talk about them.
And you watched it as well, didn't you? I told you.
Yes, I watched it like the day after.
It. And you said, it's so good. It's even if you've never heard of Canon movies or you've never watched a Canon movie, I highly recommend this film.
Great.
This documentary, because it is cool. It's very, very cool and
very well made.
Yeah, it's reignited my love for Canon. And we've watched. I forgot to mention we watched Breaking the other night as well. That was fun, and obviously Breaking 2 is called Electric Boogaloo, which I guess is where they got the title of the documentary from. But yeah, highly recommended.
Fucking A.
How about yourself?
So, my recommendation of the week is the film Downtown 81 featuring the artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. I
Mhm.
recently got the Blu-ray release that was done by Kino Lorber and Metrograph Pictures. It is an absolutely wonderful film. I did a little review in our group chat. Paul read that little review there.
Mhm.
Has Debbie Harry in it. She doesn't show up till the end, but I won't spoil anything. The whole movie's like a giant dream crossed with like a day in the life of Jean-Michel Basquiat. And it's just him going for a walk through the city and just experiencing all these different things. And it's just a really cool look into that era of art, that era of New York City. And they don't make movies like this anymore. I loved every bit of it. It's only about an hour and 11 minutes long. If you love his art, if you love anything like avant-garde art or like John Michel,
Mhm.
uh, definitely the film for you. I haven't found it on a streaming service, a bad version on YouTube. But like I said, if you really want to watch it, get the Metrograph Pictures Blu-ray. I got it for $15 on Amazon. It's good shit. Paul, what's next week's episode?
It's movie review time, and it's a movie that neither of us have ever watched before. And we are talking about 1980s The Hollywood Knights. So, yeah, I just came across the trailer for this while searching for my 80s stuff to watch.
It looks sleazy.
It looks sleazy. The trailer's cool.
Yes.
It's Halloween themed as well. Obviously, we're into October now. Yeah, that's all we know.
We kind of got a Halloween October coming for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 picks coming this month, 2 or 3?
Spoiler alert.
2. Well, I'm looking at the schedule right now, folks. Hold on. Yeah, definitely. Definitely a Halloween themed one.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking I'm excited to talk about this film and of course the next one. It's gonna be a great fucking time. And
Yep.
thank you for everyone who joined us on this week's episode. I know it was a lot of physical media news, but we had to get through it because you guys need to know it. And Paul, thank you for joining me as always, buddy. I can't wait to talk about next week's movie. It's gonna be a joy. But that is all. So without further ado, I'm TJ Bowser. That was Paul Ashford. Tally ho!